How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video. And last night I went to a car meet with a few of my buddies, and I had all of the good intentions of recording all the sick builds, and there are a lot of sick builds in this episode. But if you've ever been to a SoCal car meet, you know that they are flooded with trash cars, trash builds. Just you'll see. Okay, like I tried my best. Okay, I was trying to make you guys proud. I tried my best. Let's go ahead and dive right in. First car is an actual decent looking Q50. It was the first one I recorded. I came up to it. I like the purple wrap. The white wheels really complement it. It's some great contrast going on. And I was like, you know what? For a stance car, this is how you do it. It doesn't have crazy camber. It just looks nice when it's sitting there. Not sure how it drives, but I was like, you know what? This is a good start to my day. It's going to be a good night. Then I saw another lowered and bagged EcoBoost. This one looked really cool. It had a wrap as well. It seems like that's a pretty common theme for stance cars or show cars, is bags, wrap, some aero, and you're done. This one is an EcoBoost, like I said, so if you're going to do it to something, at least it's an EcoBoost. You're not wasting a precious GT. It's just an EcoBoost after all. Now this is really interesting. This is a boosted B18, I believe, if I remember correctly. There were a few Hondas there, and I was looking at all the different motors that they were having. I believe this is a B18 non-VTEC. It's a boosted one. It's got the Ram fucking header, which is pretty cool. You see the fucking blow-off valve right there by the throttle body. I think I pulled my flashlight here, if I'm correct. Yeah, because it was really dark. You'll see the flashlight is staying out for every hood check we do. Really cool though. First actual build of the day, and I was really happy to see someone building a Honda. Not something you see every day, especially in SoCal. This 350Z was pretty good looking. It looks like it needs a little bit of a paint correction. It's got Swirl City on the front end, but the stance that it has is really sexy. I like the fitment. It looks like it's on bags. If it's static, that's really impressive, but I'm 99% sure it's on bags. The wing on the back needs to be paint matched because it just looks a little bit too raw. I think if it was all a beautiful gloss black with no swirls, I mean, that is like the dream for most people. If it was all that, it'd be great, but it looks like the owner decided to use sandpaper to scrub his car clean, but it's not nearly as bad as this 370Z here. I mean, this front bumper, just prepare yourself for this thing, okay? Somebody took their 370Z and they wanted it to look like a Celica from the early 2000s. Like, what the fuck is that front bumper? The rest of the car is fine. That front bumper, though, is fucking hideous. Keeping it with the Z's, we got a 280 right here. I think we've seen this one before. I think it used to be wrapped, may or may not have been wrapped before. It looked like it got a paint job, but whoever did the paint job looks like they did it with a roller or a paintbrush because it's got super bad texture in it. Like you could see it in the camera. That's how bad it is. The car itself is really cool. It's just the paint job that needs a little bit of love, and then besides that, great build. Okay, another Honda 4-door Integra. Underneath the hood, this is a VTEC. Okay, I believe this is a B20 VTEC. I think it was a B20 bottom end VTEC head. I'm 99% sure for this car. I like how he painted underneath the hood, so it looks really clean. The engine bay is nice. He's got everything kind of tucked away, and the exterior looks great as well. I believe it's on Enki RPF 1s, or there might have been reps. I'm not too sure. I don't remember. I don't know if I walked up closer to them or not, but there was a set of reps of RPF 1s at the meet. Next car would be a great foundation for a build. We got the Silvia or the S14 right here. They're not real works. At least it doesn't seem like it, okay? I mean, I couldn't read the little scribble on the center, but I don't think those are real. I mean, it's okay, you know? I mean, everyone's got to start somewhere. It's cool. It's cool. I already know people are going to be like, well, you're on ESRs. Okay, well, we're not even going to have that conversation right now. And then this is like the last decent looking car from my first lap around the car meet. It looked pretty good. I mean, you know, I'm really like scratching at the bottom of the barrel now. It's cool. It's got some rotiforms. It's got a wrap. I mean, like I said, that's really common. That's just like cookie cutter what people do. Get a wrap, get some wheels, lower your car, and that's a build in SoCal. So far up to this point, I think my favorite was that boosted Integra. It just seems like the most fun one I would enjoy. This one has the dual dildo exhaust or dual glory hole exhaust, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, knock off a few points for that. But besides that, decent looking car. And now I couldn't contain myself. Okay, I was just scratching. I saw this car and I was fucking twitching like a goddamn meth addict, man. Like, oh my god, look at this thing. I just couldn't contain myself. I had to show you guys. You guys wouldn't have believed me if I didn't record it. But we got the Cartoon Network, or is it even Cartoon Network? Because I see Rugrats. I don't think Rugrats is Cartoon Network. We got the fucking cartoon car, the clown car of the fucking show. Look at the gigantic wing on the back, scaffolding and all. It's like mounted midway through the trunk too, which is a weird location. But we got the Rugrats. We got some Johnny Bravo shit on the side. It's just a really weird, like, it's really weird. Like, I don't know. It doesn't scream car to me. And then he's got a sick ass tow hook sticking out the front. Very dope. All right, that should scratch my itch for a minute. We'll go back to looking at some decent stuff. We got this bagged 370Z. I think this was my favorite 370 at the meet. Those other two earlier were decent, but this one just looks nice. Like, you know, black on white, the panda look. It's very classic, and this is a nice look if you're gonna slam your Z to the floor. Once again, man, I was just twitching. I saw this thing rolling in, and how can I not record this? Like, how can I not record this? And I mean, this car's just begging to be filmed. Like, I mean, it's a showstopper. Everyone turns and looks at this car when it pulls in. It definitely gets the attention that I would assume the owner wants, because why else would you do something like this? But just take a look at this work of art right here, if you want to call it that. Take a look at it. Feast your eyes. One would say he was the star of the show. Now, this is something I've never seen before. Can someone tell me what the fuck these Captain America shields are for wheels? Like, there's no holes. These are just flat plates of steel, it seems like. I imagine they weigh a shitload unless they're not made out of steel and they're just like caps or something. But, like, look at this. This one is raw, and it looks sick. Like, I love this look, but, like, there's no brake cooling. There's none of that. And it just looks like it weighs a fucking ton. So you took a boat and you just put like 4 anchors on it. This shit's sinking straight to the bottom after that. I can't imagine it got any faster from them. But he had a nice tire on the back. Okay, he had a good old 305 or 315 on the back. So pretty good. The good builds, though, are running thin at this point. As you see, I mean, we got the Wolverine scratch marks. He only got half of the headlight, though. He fucking trimmed his claws, I guess. The front end of this Civic isn't the worst thing ever. The wheel setup isn't the worst thing ever. It's just kind of run-of-the-mill at this point. The wing, though, I think if it didn't have the wing, I probably wouldn't have recorded it. Like, the wing is just like, it just doesn't really fit. And the diffuser looks like you're about to go plow a field. I don't know about all that shit. I've seen this 350Z before. I believe he sells stickers, so it kind of makes sense. I can't really bully him too much on having crazy stickers on his car when that's what he pulls up to the meet to sell. I mean, he's got all the anime on it. As you can see, he's a Sassy baka. On the back of the wing, as you'll see in a second, I think that's like his catalog of what he's got. I think he has more, though, because he's tried to sell me a few in the past. I did not take any, sadly. I think the Supra would look really good with all of those on the wing, but I held back, I resisted, and hey, he's just a vendor there. Pretty cool, you know, get that bag. Underneath the hood, though, as one would expect, not a whole lot of action going on there. I mean, he just saved it all for the stickers. The stickers add 5 horsepower, why even touch the motor, right? I mean, fuck it. The most expensive thing underneath the hood, the battery. You ever seen a Dodge Charger with a lift kit before? We thought it was like aired up or something, like he had just fucking forgot to air down or something. No, like it's lifted or something. My boy Caden looked underneath, and it's on coils, it seems like. So we have no fucking idea what the point of this is. Maybe he lives out in the desert and he needs to go off-roading sometimes. I mean, might as well take the SRT. I mean, you could do your oil change without even jacking it up. That sounds like luxury to me. You want to hear one of the ugliest things Honda's probably ever done? Let's throw a red interior in like a 90s car. Like it's pink now because it's just been destroyed by the sun, but red interior, red everything. I can just imagine back when that shit still had pigment. Oof, that thing was probably bright as fuck. But the Honda boys probably ate that shit up. Little EF here though, not the worst thing ever. It's cool. But I had to get a closer look at the Integra. We saw it parked. It had some like unicorn cum on the hood. It was super vibrant, I guess. The wrap job, as you can see in the fender, where the fender, just look right here. I'll zoom in. That's no bueno. I mean, I don't know why they didn't use 2 pieces and then you just molded it or something, but it just, you're going to get bubbles like that. There's no way in hell you're going to get all the air out of that thing without trimming that thing. But then again, I don't know what to expect by looking at this car. Someone had his hood popped. It was calling me over with the strobe lights. Had to look underneath. Okay, he had the red and blue theme going on, so I was like, okay, all right, this thing must be lethal underneath the hood. It's just a K24 with an intake. I mean, K24 is cool, but a K24 in this car probably doesn't feel like much. I'll take it, though. I mean, give me that K24. I'll throw it in the EG. Even though I got my K20, like, pretty much ready. I just got to toss it in. Now, I don't know if this is a factory option, but this has to be the smallest STI exhaust I've ever seen. Like, I don't know if it's factory or if he got state repped and had to go back or something, but if that's how they came, that is funny looking. He also didn't have a hood on, so he's flexing that STI intercooler. This FRS was decent looking. It was much better than the one we're about to see. I mean, it just seemed like run-of-the-mill, like FRS with a wing. Gotta have the Playboy fucking lanyard sticking out of the front. But this one, watch your elbows, man. Watch your arms. You're gonna slice right into that shit. This thing cuts a corner too close to the crowd, bro. He's murdering people with that wing. That shit is too sharp. Everything else, though, I've seen this on a meet before as well. That's one reason why I kind of stopped going to meets. You just see all of the same shit over and over. On the other hand, I've never seen something like this before. Halloween passed, but gotta love that Mike Myers, okay? You gotta love it so much that you gotta wrap it on your truck. Now, I hope they paid you to do this, because if not, yeah, you should probably rip that shit off. It's not Halloween anymore, okay? If it was Santa Claus, you put a Santa hat on him, I'll accept it. But, you know, wrapping it on the side and wrapping it on the hood like that, it's a bit too much dedication to a fictional character. I mean, he's cool, but, I mean, I saw the latest movie. That shit was low-key kind of whack. Kind of sort of like this truck right here, but whatever. Now we're really scratching to the bottom of the barrel for, like, decent cars. I mean, I wouldn't even call this decent. He has a toe strap sticking out, and I think that's it for his mods. Oh, don't forget about the fucking PC lighting setup that he's got going on in his headlights. Besides that, nothing. That's it. I don't think he's touched the car. I mean, he's got tinted taillights, fucking PC lighting, and a toe strap that's non-functional. So cool. This BMW M4, however, very sick, very sleek. It just seems like this was a very Stance-inspired meet, and then again, I just remembered that the meet was called Stance Tuesday, so that makes sense. I'm an idiot. However, I need to hit up Pennzoil, because if they're sponsoring Accords like this, fuck, they gotta hook it up for me, man. Some Pennzoil? Dude, a Pennzoil sponsorship? Fuck, I'm set for life with that shit. Oil changes every week. I'm telling you, man, my motors are never gonna blow if I get some of that shit. That shit would be great, but not everyone is as lucky as this sick-ass Accord right here. So, some of us peasants have to go and buy our own oil instead of getting hooked up like that. Ugh, so sad. Saw some gold shimmering underneath the hood of this Audi wagon right here, so my ass was intrigued and wanted to come take a look. Gold heat wrap is functional. I don't really diss it. I use it. It has a purpose. But if it's like the only thing you've really done, I mean, I don't know. If it was that vital, I think a manufacturer would do it from factory. But if you're running some aftermarket shit, it makes sense. The rest of the car, he's got the fake BBSs, and that's pretty much it. Car accident at 5 p.m. Ain't gonna stop me from rolling up to the meet and hard parking that shit. Look at that shit taking up 2 spots. Sick. Finally, a break from looking at like trash. There's a decent looking RSX right here. The wheel setup was nice. The paint was in decent shape, it seemed. This is a car that I've been telling my girl to get for quite some time because she complains that her Mustang is far too big. So I was like, hey, get this. Comes with a K-Series. You'll have a lot more fun if you have a little fun car like this. The owner was kind enough to turn on the halo headlights, which in my opinion is pretty cool. It modernizes the car a bit, and it looks clean. I mean, I can't lie. It's not the worst thing ever. At least they're not fucking rainbow, so I'm cool with that. 2 Nissan killers right here side by side. Which one do you think is faster, though? I don't know, man. This Sentra looks kind of fucking feisty. Look at those canards, man. Super downforce. Mud flaps on the side. Sick-ass side skirt. Crazy tribal decals. Don't forget about the Christmas present wrapped the fuel door and that wing. Look at all that downforce. That shit is fucking forcing those rear wheels straight into the floor to plant all that power that is not going through them because it's a front-wheel drive car. Oopsies. Oh, this GTR, though. I mean, GTR was cool. I don't know why you would take off the Nissan badge. It's kind of weird, but other than that, man, I don't know. If I had to pick one of these two, I gotta go with the Sentra. The GTR is just too common. The Sentra's sick, one of a kind. True gem, in my opinion. We saw the Z06 roll in, and I wanted to get a closer look at it, and this is a true survivor right here. It looks like completely stock, had paper plates on it, so the dude must have just bought it and gotten into possession of it, and it's in really good shape. Like, I was surprised. I mean, he left his lights on, so I'm sure he had to get a jump to turn it on, but besides that, like, it's a survivor. Last sick build of the episode is going to this J32 swapped Accord with the VTEC. You know you gotta have it. If you're gonna do a swap into a Civic or an Accord, it better come with VTEC. And this one came with 6 cylinders to fucking back it up. It actually didn't seem to fit too bad. I don't know what kind of transmission the homeboy's running because, I mean, if you look at his fucking windows, you can't see in. And his brake setup, kind of small, so be careful out there because that seems like a lot of power for this car. And then to top it off, we got this sick fucking Rainbow Road Mini Cooper right here. Super sick, straight out of Mario Kart. But anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Please let me know down in the comments down below. I'll go to more meets, but not too frequently, okay, because I'm already burnt out. Anyways, guys, subscribe to see more videos like this one, and until next video, peace.